Hi guys, it's me BK again. I had to switch over to my laptop, which pisses me off. Well, because the battery is terrible. This is the second time I replaced it, and it's still terrible. It works at first, and then if I don't use my laptop, I don't even think it even matters because even with my old battery, it still worked, and I had it for a while. So I'm guessing it's the brand, and it just breaks after not using it, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not on my phone today because my SD card is now full because of all the videos that's on there. Probably because of the videos I make. But anyway, I wanted to make a video about my history with my dad, and that's what I was going to do like last week. Then I found out on my phone that my SD card was full because it's mostly video files. And since this has like a terabyte, I think, I'm not sure, I'll just make videos on here for now until I get a new SD card and transfer all my stuff onto another SD card, like my music. Anyway, so the history about my dad is it's not like I remember everything that happened with him, but it was enough from the from what I can remember. The youngest, I was about 2, and I remember I had a baby cookie, and apparently a cousin of mine told me they're very hard to eat, even if you're a full grown teenager. And I remember eating it and then giving it to him, and he tried to pretend he ate it. He didn't. I'm not stupid. Then he did it again. I didn't believe him, so then he tried again. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? I don't really care. I just pretend like I was fine with it, then ran away. And he even brought it up one time and said, "Oh yeah, remember when I ate that cookie and you thought I ate it?" I'm like, "Yeah, uh-huh. Dude, I knew. I ain't dumb." Didn't tell him that, but that's how I say stuff. I don't know why. But yeah, it was stupid. And then from then on, after each, I think I knew, but I just wasn't sure that my dad really wasn't as good of a guy as he really was. Um, I remember him forcing me and my brother to go to me into cheerleading and my brother into football. I'd rather been in football. I was very active. I would have loved being in football since I played with my cousins and my cousins. So I don't see the problem. I wish I was in it. Um, yeah, and I cheerleading was fun. The only thing I liked about cheerleading was, it wasn't really that challenging, physically wise, which I wanted. At first it was, but you get used to it after a while. And like he wanted us to go there, but from my mom's perspective, she told me, which is probably true because I remember it. He would not really come to the practices. He would not really come to the games. He'd come every once in a while for whatever reason. I think he would come when there was a lot more people on the stands, but sometimes that wouldn't even matter. And he just doesn't care. He just wants to just gloat. I think I brought that up before, but I probably didn't. And yeah. Anyway, at, but around that time when I was still in elementary, that's when I learned. That's when I got into cheerleading, and not by choice. Um, and later on, I was coming into the kind of person I was becoming with my own personality, my own style, my own way of thinking, and everything. And I started at that time maybe 7 or 5, yeah, about 7. Start wearing what I wanted to wear, which was my just regular shirts, like graphic tees or pants. I like pants. I don't see the problem with it. I like graphic tees the most, just t-shirts. And I just never really liked dresses or skirts. It just never. I think they're pretty or cute, but I'm like I don't really want to wear them, so it doesn't help. Um, But I know when I was in elementary, like kindergarten or first grade, I didn't really care because I'm like 6, 7, not 4. I mean, about 5 or 7. Because I was in that school since pre-K, so that's like 4 years old. Then kindergarten, then first grade, and I think the school went from pre-K to fifth grade. Yeah, and I did not like that school because of bullying. And I remember he would try so hard to make me be girly when I was younger. And I think I eventually started. I started thinking he probably doesn't like me or something like that. And of course, I brushed it off because I'm a kid. And uh, eventually, I remember I was probably around 9 or 8, and I think I was probably younger. Probably younger. Yeah. I remember being in at my grandparents' house, and I remember, I think it was my grandparents' house. Anyway, like these, my cousins maybe taught me how to ride a skateboard, and I learned how to do an ollie too, all in 2 weeks. It I really loved it, and now I can't. I'm not as driven to do it anymore. I don't know. I just wish I'd rather be outside than inside, but now I'm a closeted person. I can't. I just, plus with my weight gain from over the years of my mental illness, I just can't. I feel bad walking outside. Even if I wasn't overweight, I'd probably still try to stay inside because of all the freaking stuff my dad put me through and other people from elementary. Um. Anyway, um, I slowly started figuring out my dad actually didn't like me for being me, and I just, you just don't believe that kind of stuff. You're like, no, 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 he loves me. He doesn't think only if I'm this way would he love me. It didn't make any sense. But I just, you're a kid. You don't want to believe something like that. Um, and then eventually, soon as I got into like out of elementary, and I was going to middle school, I'm like, you know what? I really do not care what I have to wear. I rather I just started more wearing pants and regular shirts, but that's when puberty started, and it just got worse for my appearance wise, how I felt. And I remember being like 13. I remember being 13, and I remember being at his house because I used to like being at his house before going. I didn't want to go all the way to mom's house, which is in Culver City, and he was in LA. I don't know. Anyway, um, and I think he was like, oh, I think I told you guys this. He just came to me. I was just doing my homework or watching TV because I was finished with my homework, and he came and said, "Have you been molested?" I'm like, "What? No, I didn't even know what that was." But like, I was only 13. How would I know that? I'm not as smart as other 13-year-olds. Okay, I might be book smart. Probably was. Who knows? And I didn't know that kind of thing. I don't even know what it meant. But I think I knew, but it didn't make any sense. And I'm like, no. Why would you? I did nothing of the ordinary that makes me seem like I was molested at all. He just likes to assume stuff. I think he assumed because I wasn't talking to him as much anymore. But at that point, I was starting to figure out what kind of person he was, and just started to not care about what he thought. And so yeah. And I remember at that point in time, he like around 13, he started to get in touch with his old relatives, and he would force us to go there even on a school. Not I don't know about school day, but usually on the weekend. And no matter what time it was, you had to get up and go there, and you stay there all day. And then you got it would usually be like on a Sunday or something, and we'll be there all day and won't leave till about 12 midnight, and we got to be at school at around 7. Oh yeah, that's great. How am I gonna get 2 to 3 hours of sleep and then go to school? That's not how it works. That's hard. Like for a kid, it is. I'm like, come on now. Um. Anyway, and then he always kept bringing up like, oh, you should wear this. Oh, you should wear that. Oh, you should wear this. Oh, you should wear that. you should get your hair done. You should get this with your hair. You should get this with your hair. You need to take care of your hair. You need to do this. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't want to do all this shit. And you're like, well, you have to because you're a girl. You have to do this stuff. I'm like, why? I don't want to do it. What reason do I have to do this? For who? I don't want to wear it. I'm not gonna. I'm not interested in impressing anybody. I'm like, I just want to be comfortable, being myself, and wear whatever the hell I want. I didn't understand what happens after high school or middle school, so just bear with me. Anyway, so I'm like, why are you telling me this? Like it matters. It's not that big of a deal. Like, why do you care? I'm like, and then when after years later from this, I'm like, any other father would probably been happy that I wasn't like that. But I'm like, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Just forget it. Anyway, so and then years later, like in middle school, I kept getting my hair braided, which I hated. French braids, whatever the hell they're called, cornrows. I don't know if there are. And I did not like it. It was too painful. Sometimes they look cool, but sometimes they were too tight and it hurt. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway because after a couple of days, they were going to be like this, like my hair is right now. So what's the point? And because you're also supposed to not to scratch it, but I can't. And you're all supposed to if I think I had them in for at least 2 weeks usually. And then after that, I just washed my hair and just took it all out. But apparently, you're supposed to wash your hair with the braids in, which I didn't know about. Even if I did know, I probably still wouldn't have done it because I'm lazy and I don't feel like dealing with all that. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It'll just look like this, apparently. At least that's what I assumed. Um, anyway, and then after I got into high school, like, because he was trying to force me to be girly since middle school, elementary, of course, too. And eventually in middle school, I quit being part of the cheerleading, just leaving it, never going back because of an incident. Um, and then in high school, at around 15, I knew I was 15 at the time. Like, I was so freaking tired of my dad calling me, talking to me, trying to make me girly and shit. And I remember just being at the lunch area, and I was like near one of the walkways. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna call him and say I hate you. So I did, and I called him. I think I called him on a cell phone, and he said, "Oh, Herbert." And he said, "Look, I want to tell you something." Like, "Oh, what is it?" And I remember screaming, "I hate you," and then hanging up. I think, and I think he was shocked, but either way, I felt good. I'm like, hell yeah, and I think I hanged up eventually. I just felt better. I'm like, whatever, but I think I'm tired. Anyway, yeah, and then in high school, I started to distance myself from him, and then by the time I graduated, I rarely saw him anymore. And I remember he called me once and said, "You know that time you called me and told me you hated me. I recorded it and I listened to it every day or something like that." I'm like, why would anyone want to keep something like that from their kid? Wouldn't that be the worst thing to hear every day, all the time? Like, whatever. And then, I remember when I got out of high school, he, he, I tried to, I was trying to go to college, and, sorry, there's messed up hair. And I see, yeah. He apparently gave me a card, but I couldn't have used it anyway, even if I wanted to, because it had my name, but it had his last name. That's not my last name. It's my mom's last name. It didn't make any sense. And then, even if I wanted to use it, that's not my last name, so how am I going to use something like that? And, I know I lost the card. I don't even know how I lost it. Um, but he was like, and the card was a free insurance or free scholarship. It was like a free insurance to for health. I don't remember. And he told me right after that was over, because I got sick, physically sick. Like I think I told you guys before, I got physically sick and I had to stop going to school. I tried to go, but I just felt so terrible. I didn't know why. It went slow, but then it gradually, I just couldn't get out the bed. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even crawl. Eating food was too much. I tried to eat as little as I can. And chewing was hard too. I ate like little bits of rice, about that much, because that's all I could eat. Anything else was I just throw up. Soup, hot dogs, bread, rice seemed to be the only alternative. I don't even know how I even knew. I don't even know how to cook rice. I just figured it out somehow. My mom made it all the time, and I had to figure out how to do it on my own. And like and he came one day, and well, I was still sick, and I couldn't tell my college that I was sick because I was sick, and I just was too tired, too ill to walk to the school and walk up a hill and tell them I'm sorry, but I have to drop out because I'm physically sick. And it took me, it would have took me like an hour to get there if I was unwell. It was too hard. I can't. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom, which is like 10 steps away in my house. There's no way I could have walked 7 minutes. It would have took forever. I would have. I'm pretty sure I even thought about it going there and telling them, but I'm like, how can I do that? I'm like, I don't know who to call. I don't know who to tell. I'm like, I can't. I'm so out of it. I don't know what to do. So I just said, fuck it. They'll kick me out one of the classes anyway. So I just gave up on it. Just stayed home, and I was at home. My dad came by one day after being sick for like 2 3 months, and he apparently came over and said, you've been using all my money, or you've been using my money, or something like that. I'm like, what? No, I haven't. I think he was blaming me for taking his money from work from going to the school, and that. Oh no, he said the school thought I was faking being sick. Why would I fake being sick? There's no reason for me to fake being sick. Why? If I wanted to not go to school, I wouldn't have signed up. Like, come on. Like, no. And he believed them over me, thought I was lying and just trying to use his money. How? If I tried to use your money, I could only use it for school supplies anyway. Why would I do that? No, I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, and he eventually left, and then he came back another time. Wait, no, I think that was a yeah. I think that was the time he attacked me. Yeah, I think that was the time he attacked me. Um, yeah, I think the time he came and attacked me and caused might have caused my mental illness, or at least triggered it. I'm pretty sure I already had depression because of him. He probably has depression. He does, but he probably had it when he was younger and he didn't tell anybody because he's a narcissistic asshole. Um, and thought he was fun. He's the best guy there is. Um, so yeah. And I remember when I was with my aunt, he came and tried to. He just came. I don't know how he. He just likes to apparently go to my mom's grandparents' house. My grandparents are dead. He like to go there and give everybody a gift card for some apparent reason. And then the time he came the first time when I was there, I just went in the back and I didn't come out until he was gone. And the second time he came, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna leave just because this asshole is here. So I stayed and took the card and did nothing. That's free money. But um, give me a second. Let me pause this. Just drank some water. Anyway, um, Yeah, after the second time he came, he just gave me a gift card and then he eventually left. I didn't say anything to him. I don't think he was a dick. I don't care. I don't care about his money. I don't care about the inheritance he has if he dies. If he takes me off, I don't really give a damn. Um, so I'm like, I don't really care. I think that's it. But when I found out how it really happened when he attacked me, I'm really mad because I can't believe you misled me to believe that it was my fault that I got this mental illness. And I've been like, cause I think I said I didn't know this till last year, or this year. Yeah, this year that my mom was telling the truth. It was his fault that I got this mental illness. Depression, for one, is his fault. You should have told her he was depressed, and she probably wouldn't even dated him. But even if she did know, don't know, because I went through that stuff. I don't probably can't stop it, but I was more susceptible to depression anyway, because he had depression. Because I heard about that, and no one else in my family has schizophrenia, as far as I know, and it must be from him, because he's the only one with a mental illness. My mom doesn't have one. None of my aunts or uncles has one on my mom's side. I'm not sure about his side of the family, but all I know is that he has depression, so I'm not sure. But yeah. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, I'll try to make more videos on just on my laptop instead, because, like I said, I need to transfer over stuff from from my card onto my phone. And that's about it. Well, thanks for listening, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.